Alright, so today we're taking a look at another 35mm camera, and it is the Canon FTB, and it was released in 1971. It has an FD mount, which was new to the Canon F series cameras, and it even has a good amount of lens options as well, from fixed to zoom and even macro lenses. I had two lenses when shooting with this camera, a 50mm, which was the default lens when you bought the camera, and then a 35-105. I only used the 50mm lens for like the first 3 or 4 shots, and then I quickly switched over to the 35-105 to take advantage of the zoom. The 35-105 also has the option to do macro shots, which I thought was interesting and something that I've never really seen before on a film lens, but I didn't really play around with it too much because even though I do know how macro photography works, I've never really done it, so I kind of didn't really want to jump into it with film when I was kind of just focusing on testing the camera itself. But I did do one macro shot. I just photographed some flowers, and I was practically, right on top of them because I had to be so close to them to make sure that they were in focus. The counter on the camera also did not start at 0. It actually started at 2, and that was before I even put the film in as well. And then, when I did put the film in and advanced it a bit to get it going, it started off on like 4 or 5, and then it did end up going all the way up to 39. And even though I still, did get 36 shots per roll, it was definitely weird and confusing when I did get past, 36, and I was still able to keep advancing the camera and take pictures. And for my images, they were actually pretty soft in focus and not as, sharp in details as compared to other film cameras that I've shot with or own, which was, kind of disappointing because I usually do like to have, a super sharp focus with, you see a lot of detail and everything. But, the only one that really was in focus was the macro one. So I don't know if, just the camera works better with macro lenses or not, but, it was still kind of disappointing, when going through my images and seeing them, a soft focus. Overall, this is an okay camera. The only real benefit to it is the lens options and the ability to do macro, but even then you kind of have to trade that for the soft focus, and to me it just doesn't seem worth it. I don't know if it was just the camera that I was using or if they all kind of have soft focus, but even so, I would still recommend a Pentax or a Nikon that look just like the FTB over the actual FTB itself, just because they have, a better build quality and actually have a sharp focus, even though they do have, not as great lens options and, not the ability to do macro. I just think, there are definitely, better options out there over the Canon FTB.